German deep-sea fishermen, working in extreme conditions through wind and storm, day and night. The hunt for black halibut leads the crew all the way to Greenland.
Up to minus 20 degrees Celsius is okay. If you work here, you're probably already a little crazy and a little tougher in general. Make sure no one gets hit or falls overboard.
It's nighttime. The storm and the sea have now been raging for hours. The net is being pulled in. It's snowing and the wind is coming in sharp blasts. The crew can only wait.
Things start to happen now that you can't prepare for or are hard to anticipate. If a big wave breaks, it just happens at once and then something is flying around.
Yeah, it does get scary. You don't know what's happening. That's the worst thing.
From the bridge, the first steersman has a good view of things, but the snow is blowing thicker and thicker. The snowflakes are now coming at the ship horizontally, and visibility is getting weaker.
For the moment, it's still working. Up front, it's not a problem since we have so many electronic devices and not much shipping traffic. The situation astern is also fine to an extent, but if the snow drifts keep getting thicker and we get more of them, then it can get pretty hard to see. So you have to be extra careful.
The deck is covered in snow. The sailors are passing time. The deck is now extremely slippery due to the snow. When the net comes, it will be too dangerous. If anyone were to slip and go overboard, their chances of survival at night would be next to nothing. The team has set up a hose and are spraying the deck with salt water. This works even around freezing temperatures, since the salt water does not freeze. The crew can fish in any kind of weather, but in times like this, they're more cautious.
You have to respect the weather. When the wind gets up to 10 or 11, you have to really stay alert.
The second steersman will later be working between the lines. Now he's fastening himself with a belt. With strong winds like these, breakers can crash up onto the deck. The net is nearly up. The first steersman gives the orders from the bridge. The heavy trawl doors come up first. They're always secured by hand. Then the net comes on board. There are fish inside, but the storm is having its effect. It's nowhere near the 12 or 13 tons of a few days ago.
It's not so much, maybe around 5 metric tons. It's not great considering the trolling time, lower than usual.
The fishermen are disappointed. 5 tons is not a lot. The days before produced over double that. In order to stay profitable, each catch should bring in 10 tons of fish. Deep-sea fishermen are some of the maritime industry's biggest earners, but only when the catch is right. Captain Sascha von Sta is preoccupied with fishing, but new icebergs have been spotted. He must be careful. The radar is not a guarantee.
Watching from the lookout is always crucial. There are icebergs which have been heavily washed away and are therefore undetectable by the radar. If we hit an iceberg at 15 knots, then the front of the ship will be badly disfigured and the journey must be cut short.
Bosun Dennis Bachert is checking the nets. The team is laying both nets out on deck. They will use the nets to catch the black halibut at depths of over 1,000 meters. There's another ship in the fishing area. It's also part of the German fleet, but it will go home shortly. The sister ship had a good catch.
Our gear's ready for fishing and we're all clear for our first catch. I'm glad we're getting going. The reports aren't bad so far, between 15 and 17 metric tons a day. That's pretty decent. I'm always happy when it finally gets going. The work down on deck is hard and also dangerous. Since we've all experienced being on deck as sailors, we know what that's like.
Along with the net come the whales. They can hear the fishing operation from kilometers away underwater. For the beaked whales, the net means easy prey. They snatch the fish out of the end of the net. The first catch is raised on deck. Will it be a hit or a miss? The first signs are good. The net is packed full of tons of black halibut. It was worth it. Now it's a matter of minutes. The net has to be emptied so that the other net can go into the water as soon as possible. On deck, the hatch leading to the fish processing plant is opened. The net is opened by hand. No machines can help here. It's a question of elbow grease.
So we've got our first catch.
Yeah,
I think we got a lot. It's looking good. Really good haul.
Sehr guter Hol.
15 tons of black halibut. The fish have only been out of the water for a few minutes. From the tank, they're transported to the various stations of the plant. From now on, the plant will be running around the clock. The first station is the head machine, where the black halibut's heads are removed. It's important to place the cut just behind the head so that the client doesn't complain. The heads are also sold separately. Despite the damage to the nets and the forced stop-off in Greenland, Ocean Trawler Mark will finish its tour in record time. 55 days after embarking in Bremerhaven, the ship will return, having fulfilled its catch quota. Some of the crew's sailors will be back at sea just days later.